Okay, so today we're planting garlic cloves that I saved from last year. These have been in the freezer for the past 4 months and it's time for planting. Now this bed has already been enriched with manure, compost, magnesium, blood and bone. So it's just a matter now of separating the cloves. Got one here from last year. Doesn't look too impressive, but I'm sure it's going to be magnificent. I just separate them by rubbing them in my hands, and all the outer layer comes off. I can then just separate them. And of course the clove goes in pointy side up, like that, straight into a hole about 3 inches or 10 centimeters deep. Okay, so I use my trusty mini mattock. A couple of holes about 6 to 8 inches apart, about 3 centimeters deep, and in they go, head up, like that, in a nice sunny, well-lit position. Cover up, and they'll be just fine. Now those of you who've planted garlic before will know that it's a very long-term crop. In other words, it stays in the ground until probably the end of November to December in the year. So I'm planting a little bit late by normal standards, but I find that the deeper I plant them, the better their root system and the larger the bulbs. So don't be too afraid to plant them deeply. They do find their middle ground, and as you can see how rich and beautiful the soil is, they'll have no problem. And as the weeds start to take over again, I'll just apply a very minimal mulch over the top to keep those weeds at bay, just to give them as much room as possible to grow. Okay, once again I've got the next clove. I rub in my hand to separate those cloves. Take off all the papery stuff as much as I can. Okay, and dig some more holes, and in they go. Some of you may be wondering, don't all the books say that I've got to plant 3 or 4 centimetres underground? Well, I don't follow that rule, and I have great success every year, as you can see by last year's crop. So I'll just find a spot where it's free at the moment. And don't be afraid to plant them like I am, intermingled amongst your other vegetables, your cool season vegetables, because once the cool season vegetables are harvested, which will be in 2 or 3 months' time, by then the cloves will have come out and poke their little heads up above the ground, and they'll seek the sun, and they'll be fine, and they'll have many months of sunshine. Now garlic cloves need quite a lot of cool temperature, night temperature to divide, and as you can see this particular one, he failed to divide. There is just the beginnings of division there. So I think I might plant him whole, and I'll let you know how I go with that. Or I might, no, it's a whole one. He failed to divide properly because of the absence of cooler weather. So we'll see how I go. Here I have another one, failed to separate into cloves. This bulb we'll put next to the other one, and we'll see how they go this year. Also, don't forget that in a lot of cases, you're really unsure of whether your garlic separated or not until it's dried. Like, I'm just amazed that after 4 months in the fridge, I'm actually seeing that my garlic has divided properly. I only used the biggest of the cloves to plant. The little ones I'll probably mince up and give to the chickens for their well-being. But there we go, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's great. And of course I'll have to be careful when I'm going to be harvesting the turmeric later in the year, not to damage the garlic cloves, because I do have them quite close together. However, I'll do my best. Nothing much left to do now except for a good water and then a light mulch. And garlic planting for 2026 is done and dusted.